When I first moved to LA, I only had $400 to my name. I had no job, I slept on a couch, and I lived on $5 a day by tracking every single meal on a spreadsheet. That first year, I made $19,000 and still managed to save my first $100,000. And I'm gonna break down exactly how I did it. The systems, the numbers, and the one thing that cost me years. So here's why $100,000 matters specifically, and honestly the thing that most people are probably not gonna tell you. That first $100,000 is absolutely the hardest, and it's going to be the slowest. But once you get there, it's going to speed up dramatically after that. Let's say that you save $500 every single month and you're earning an average of a 10% return. That first $100,000 is going to cost you about 11 years. Yes, I know it sounds terrible, but watch what happens after that. That second $100,000 only takes 5 years. The third $100,000 only takes 3 years, and the fourth $100,000 takes 2.5 years. It's the same $500 every single month. It's the same 10% return. So why does it feel like it's speeding up? Because in the beginning, you are doing all of the work. Your contributions basically make up the entire $100,000. But once your money starts piling up, your returns start doing some of the heavy lifting. By that fourth $100,000, your money is earning more than you are even contributing. And that's when it gets fun. That's when the shift happens. That first $100,000 is what builds the engine. And after that, the engine starts to work. And this is exactly why the goal isn't money itself. The goal is to get to that first $100,000 as quickly as possible, building that engine. And building the engine starts with the one thing that most people always skip. None of this works without an actual plan for your money. Nobody accidentally gets wealthy. When I got to LA, I only had $400 and no steady paycheck. I was freelancing, so some months I made okay money and some months I barely made anything. The only thing that kept me financially alive was having a budget for every single dollar. Fail to plan and you plan to fail. So here's the plan that actually matters, because it really only comes down to 3 major expenses. The first one is housing. Housing is your single biggest expense, and it's honestly where most people quietly go broke. In LA, the average person spends 50 to 60% of their income on rent, which is absolutely catastrophic for saving money. Here's the rule: keep housing expense less than 25 to 33% of your actual income. If you're over that, get a roommate, move back in with family, downsize, do something. For me, my rent was only $365 a month. So once I got to $3,000 a month income, it only equated to 10% of my actual income. That one number is the single biggest reason I was actually able to save money on very little income. How did I pull it off? Year 1, I slept on a couch. Year 2, I upgraded to a 1-bedroom apartment that I shared with 3 other guys where we slept in bunk beds. The second major expense is food. Now, food is the one that will quietly creep up on you. So here's the exercise. Pull the last 3 to 6 months of all your grocery and eating out spending and ask yourself how you can cut out at least 10 to 20% of your current spend. Now, I took it to the extreme. I gave myself $5 a day. $1 for breakfast, 1 to 2 for lunch, and 2 to 3 for dinner. To achieve this, I built a massive spreadsheet where I put every item I'd buy at the grocery store, how many servings, so I could understand cost per serving. And I'd find that a couple slices of toast and eggs would run me about 92 cents. For lunch, I would do things like a protein shake, or I would do frozen burritos and rice. And then for dinner, I would usually do rice, chicken, and broccoli, or sometimes I would do rice, salmon, and broccoli. Items that were cheap and filling. I almost never ate out, and if I ever wanted to treat myself, every other week or so, I would go to McDonald's and pick up to 2 items off of the dollar menu. The third expense is your car. Most people get trapped into $300 to $500 plus a month car payments that they really can't actually afford. Now, I got lucky. When I was in college, I bought a 2002 Jetta for $6,500. My payment was $165 a month, and I worked diligently to pay that off as quickly as possible, so that also allowed me to move my insurance down to liability only, saving me even more money. If you're not saving money and you're stuck with a $300 to $500 plus a month car payment, downsize. It's only temporary. Now, between those 3 things, housing, food, and transportation, here's what happened. My first year, I made $19,000 and saved $9,000. By 2.5 years in, I saved my first $40,000. And that's when everything changed, because that's when I was able to make my first real estate investment that allowed me to start to get my income up over time. Now, there are 2 habits that actually made all of this happen. The very first one is pay yourself first. Most people save whatever is left at the end of the month, which usually is nothing. So instead, you want to flip it. You want to pay yourself first and then spend on what's left. Let's say you make $3,000 take home and you want to start saving 10% of your income. That is $300. You want to take that out first and then budget off the $2,700 that's remaining. When you do that, you've already won before the month even starts. Now, the second habit is that you want to automate everything. Open a separate savings account that ideally is with a bank that you don't even normally bank with, making it harder to reach. And then set up an automatic transfer at the beginning of every single month. The key is to remove the decision. If savings depends on willpower, you'll lose. Here's the thing that I wish somebody had told me, and it's the thing that really cost me years. I mastered frugality, but that same frugality is what kept me playing really small. I had gotten so good at not spending money that I never learned how to actually earn more money. It kept me in a scarcity mindset. I never went out, I never bought clothes, I never enjoyed anything. I actually could have hit the same goals and lived better had I actually spent half that energy learning how to make more money. Because here's the truth, you can only cut so much. There is a floor, but your income has no ceiling. Frugality is what got me my first $40,000, but it was my ability to learn how to earn more money that allowed me to really build more wealth over time. So if you're on this journey, yes, budget, stay disciplined. Hit that first $100,000 as fast as you can. But don't do what I did and just stop there. You can't live in a shoebox for forever. The real unlock is learning to earn more money while keeping the discipline. That is the whole system. Budget the big three, pay yourself first, automate it, hit that first 100,000 as fast as you can. Then learn how to earn more money so you're not stuck being frugal your entire life. I did it on $19,000 a year, starting with $400 to my name. So if I can do it while sleeping on a couch eating on $5 a day, you can do it too. If this video helps, subscribe. I'm putting out everything that I wish I had known when I was broke and trying to figure this out. I'll see you on the next one.